All right, this is Dan Putnam, and welcome everybody to our EpicSlim webinar. Super excited. We're going to actually do a PowerPoint presentation this time, just so that you can have some slides to kind of understand a little bit more what we're doing. But before I get started, I just want to let everybody know that this is the last call that we're going to be doing before launch. We're going to be launching on February 8th, which is Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, you're still going to have the ability to bring in as many people as you can for free. I recommend getting it out to everybody that you can as fast as you can, because the bigger foundation that you can build during this free launch, the quicker your business is going to grow. Just think if you even have 10, 20, 50 people, when they get started on Saturday, it gives you a massive advantage. It's absolutely unbelievable what a difference, even having like 10 or 15 people to get started, especially when you understand the system we're launching, how the system works, and really what we're offering here with EpicSlim powered by Epic. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I see there's quite a few people still joining us, but I want to make good use of everybody's time. And so what we're going to be talking about is more than just this amazing EpicSlim product. It's really an entire turnkey business opportunity. So if I can get my computer to work. So this is the big thing that I want people to understand. So many times in a home-based business network marketing company, we have the mindset of consumers. And we have the mindset that we're selling a product or a service. But that really is not correct unless you're just going for customers. And we'll talk a little bit about customers during this presentation. But if you're actually looking to build a team and create unlimited leverage, what we're talking about is a turnkey business model. Everything put together that if you can follow simple directions, you can have success here with EpicSlim. So again, this is not just a product, it's an entire turnkey system backed by an 8-year-old debt-free company. Again, that's very important. And now let me talk just a little bit about what makes things successful. When you think about some of the most successful and popular brands and franchises today, how did they become that? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have studied success stories or read some books or watched some movies. And companies like Nike, for example, that was started by selling shoes at track meets out of the trunk of a car. But what made Nike big? How did it get to be a household name? Really what made them big was exposure, getting the brand in front of more and more and more people, getting the top athletes. For quite some time, they had a lot of the top runners, but running wasn't a massive sport. But then they get it into basketball with Michael Jordan, and now all of a sudden everybody knows about Nike. And then you go into franchises. What makes franchises so much more successful than just traditional business? If you look at restaurants, on this list we have Chick-fil-A, we have Burger King, we have McDonald's. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of different franchises, and every one of them has a more successful track record than just a traditional business in the same market. Meaning, McDonald's has almost 100% success rate. If you just look at restaurants in general, they have less than a 5% success rate. So a McDonald's on average is 90 to 95% more successful than just a mom and pop restaurant. Why is that? It's because of the system. When you start a McDonald's, there's nothing left to the imagination. You know every single thing to do. If you start a Burger King, you know everything to do. If you start Chick-fil-A, you know everything to do. A couple other companies here, things like Amazon. Amazon has completely changed the way that people purchase. It's changed the consumer market altogether. Some of the biggest retailers in the world have gone all the way out of business because they didn't jump onto e-commerce. So not only do we want something that we can go and create a brand through getting mass exposure with distributors all over the world. We want something that's an exact turnkey system similar to franchises, but we also want something that's e-commerce so that we don't have to go and get a brick and mortar building. We don't have to get our own warehouse. We don't have to get our own shippers. We don't have to do any of that. All of that's taken care of you or taken care of for you by an 8-year-old debt-free company. Now, let me explain a massive difference here. Most businesses or franchises are a minimum $100,000 startup to multiple millions of dollars in startup. And guess what? They do not have any more potential than what we have here with EpicSlim. The top reps in Epic, the parent company of EpicSlim, make significantly more money than any McDonald's business owner that owns one McDonald's. To make the type of money that our top leaders are making, which is literally thousands and thousands of dollars per day, you'd have to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 different McDonald's, which you're going to have $10 to $20 million invested. And our top leaders are making more than they would be making with 5, 6, 7 McDonald's. And this turnkey business doesn't cost $100,000, $50,000, $1,000, $500, $100. This entire turnkey system is $45, and for that, you get the entire infrastructure all over the world, and you get an absolutely incredible product. So let me tell you just a little bit about who we are as a company and what I mean by this infrastructure. We're a family-owned business, 100% debt-free, meaning we own all of our offices. The office that I'm in right now, we don't lease this, we don't rent it, we own the buildings. All the buildings that we have are owned. We own the software. Again, that's extremely important. If you're looking at network marketing companies, and there's thousands of them, less than 1% own their own software. Meaning the most important aspect of that entire business, what's going to calculate the commissions, run the database, the downlines, everything is run by a third party. And several of these third parties, even companies that were in business for 10, 15 years, have gone all the way out of business. Companies like Orb6, companies like Direct Scale, InfoTrax, other big back office companies that had hundreds and hundreds of clients out of business. What does that do for the company? It basically puts them out of business also. We're a US-based company, but we have offices all over the world. We have registrations all over the world. So you can literally build this business from the comfort of your home or the beach, anywhere with internet access and a cell phone, and build a worldwide business. And that's another massive advantage that we have here with the EpicSlim and the Epic family. Again, family owned, 100% debt free, no other investors. We make all the decisions. We own our software, and we even own the manufacturing. So we'll talk just a little bit about the manufacturing process here. This product, EpicSlim, is manufactured right here in Utah, in Springville, Utah, so just northern Utah, and a great facility. And again, we could not be more excited. We are controlling every single aspect of this business. Again, not only do less than 1% of the companies own their own back-end software, even fewer than that are actually manufacturing their own products. And that can become a problem. In fact, over the last couple of years, we've ran into some problems with our contract manufacturers, even contract manufacturers that I've personally worked with for over 2 decades. And they sold. We have no control if a company sells. And then the people that bought it didn't really understand every aspect of how this manufacturing company works. Some things are much more complex and much more complicated than you think, or somebody's running it completely different than you are, and it caused us some massive problems. And that's why we decided, you know what, we need to take control of as much of the manufacturing as we can, and this is one of the first products that we're actually manufacturing 100% on our own in our own facility. So before I really get into the business aspect and what I'm so excited about, let me tell you a little bit about this product, because this is something that's very unique in the marketplace. Not only do we have an absolutely incredible price point, but the product itself is absolutely fantastic with a massive worldwide market. And so we're launching in the United States. You can see the drop down on the website. In addition to the US, from day one, we also have Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Sweden, Trinidad, and Kazakhstan. And within the first 30 to 60 days, we'll be adding several countries in Latin America that we already have infrastructure in, and the entire EU. And we're also looking at some of the countries that we have infrastructure in Africa. So you're going to be seeing some massive global expansion very fast. We've already started the registration process in the EU. And so again, we plan on by the end of March launching the entire European Union with this amazing, again, not just the product, but this amazing turnkey business solution. So let's get into a little bit more detail on this product. You can see two different bags there. You see EpicSlim Coffee, and then the other is just EpicSlim Collagen. Both of them are collagen. Both of them have the same active ingredients. The coffee actually has one added ingredient, which is coffee. So there are stimulants in the coffee, just the naturally occurring caffeine in the coffee, no added stimulants. Now, the base of both of these products is 10 grams of collagen peptides. Now, these collagen peptides are the highest quality that you can get, around 98% protein. No fillers, no garbage. Some collagen is as low as 40 to 60% protein, and then there's all this other stuff mixed in with it. This is also grass-fed, no steroids, no nothing like that. It's bovine. It's type 1 and 3 mostly, but there is also some type 2, and it's a blend of 19 different amino acids to make up this 10 grams of collagen. So the collagen is absolutely fantastic for anti-aging, hair, skin, and nails, tightening things up, but it has the amino acid complex that can actually maintain or even build muscle. So you have a great blend of the collagen protein. Also, many studies for better recovery from exercise, body composition, and then gut health. It actually helps with digestion and a healthier gut, which again, the microbiome and controlling the gut is one of the most important things that you can do for your health. But this is the base of the product. Along with that, we also add some of the most popular medicinal mushrooms, cordyceps and lion's mane. And this is for your brain health. These are nootropics. And really, a lot of times I ask people, what is your plan for your brain? What's your game plan for your brain so that you can control your cognitive health as long as possible? Most people don't have one. They don't even think about it. And yet the age is getting lower and lower, and it's becoming far too frequent for people to start to suffer from dementia and things like Alzheimer's. So we want to give your brain the nutrition that it needs so that you can have the best chance of controlling your cognitive health as long as you possibly can. And then we have an absolutely amazing weight management blend. I'll go ahead and go to the next slide, because this one ingredient is absolutely a life changer. This is clinically proven, and we can actually make weight loss claims on this. You can see calorie burn, a couple studies here. And I'm just going to read this so that you can see. A 5 times increase in calories burned over 2 hours compared to the placebo. So the 2 hours after you take this product, you are burning 5 times the amount of calories. That's based on 40 milligrams of the calorie burn. We're using 80 milligrams. There's another clinical trial, and this shows significant increase in metabolic rate within 30 minutes of administration. Metabolic rate remained elevated for several hours over the baseline. So this is literally raising your metabolism just by drinking a product. It literally is exercise in a bottle or exercise in a beverage. Right here, clinical trial, 30 milligrams. We have 80, 30 milligrams, improved body composition, significant increase in total daily energy expenditure compared to the baseline, which showed no change at all. That was just taking the placebo. On average, burn 97 more calories per day. That's based on 30. This is shown on 80 to be close to 300 extra calories burned per day. And with exercise, it speeds it up even more. That's the literal equivalent of walking on a treadmill on an incline, not flat, on an incline for 30 minutes. So again, there's other benefits of actually exercising, but just drinking and consuming this amazing product will help burn up to an extra 300 calories per day. That's 2,100 calories per week, and that's based on one dose. If somebody drank the coffee in the morning, the tropical in the afternoon, you're literally doubling that. So here's what I can tell you. This product will help you lose weight, but at the end of the day, you still have to be in a calorie deficit. So some people might drink the product and say, oh, it's not working. I actually gained weight. Here's what I can tell you. You would have gained more weight if you wasn't drinking the product. This is clinically proven, and we don't stop with just the calorie burn. We also have berberine in the product to help control insulin. The reason that's so important is we don't just want to lose weight. We want to burn fat. And if insulin is present, the body basically locks down the fat, and it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, to burn that fat. If we can control the insulin through this product, now all of a sudden, at a calorie deficit, and you're going to have the major majority of the weight being fat loss. And that's really what we're after. So again, 10 grams of collagen, 98+% protein, 19 different amino acids, lion's mane, cordyceps, calorie burn with clinical proven claims that we can make for weight loss, and then berberine, just an absolutely great product for controlling controlling insulin levels, blood sugar, and things like that. So this is a product that will change lives. But again, we're not just selling a product. We have an entire turnkey business system. That system includes 45 to 10K blueprint. That's $45, meaning you choose the product, either the coffee or the collagen or both, and we're going to show you how to get to at least 10,000 per month. So this blueprint starts within what you want to do within your first 24 hours, and it takes you through your first week. Everything that you need to do. If you look at how do we communicate with people these days? Through direct message on social media, text message, email, face-to-face, or on the phone. Those are the main 5 ways that we actually communicate with people these days. And so we have several different examples, more than 10 different examples in most of those ways. We don't on the phone, we basically just use one simple phone script. And all we're trying to do is just get the information out to our center of influence, the people in our phone, the people on social media, the people that we have an email, the people that we talk to on a daily basis, and the people that we talk to on the phone whenever. That's what we want to do in the first week, and this walks you through step-by-step of exactly what to do. The goal is to get at least 2 brand partners within your first 48 hours, and we'll explain some of the benefits of doing that, but definitely within the first week. Now, after this blueprint, which covers your first week, at the same time, we have a 30-day onboarding guide that your sponsor is going to be following. So if I'm a brand new brand partner, I'm going to get started on this blueprint. If I'm the person who introduced them to the business, I'm going to be focused on the 30-day onboarding. That onboarding is designed to help get them through the blueprint and get them plugged in so that there's no questions and they completely understand the business. They know how to log in, they know how to place orders, they know where the training is, they know about the blueprint, and we can help them with any questions that they have. They know about our social medias, they know where to see how to check their tracking, Just all of the basics that anybody would need if they were starting a new business. Then we get to the third one, which is the daily plan of action. This is where we make a transition from getting the business in front of people that we already know to actually marketing, getting it in front of people that we have not met yet. And it's an exact proven system to do that. And here's what I can assure you. I don't know how many people in your current center of influence will want to do business with you. I believe more than two if you follow the system and get it in front of them without prejudging just every single person. Just send them one of the messages, or I recommend at least two of the three ways. Maybe send an email, give a call, and send a text, or send a direct message, a text and a call. Because somebody will say, hey, I emailed you, did you see it? And I'm like, no, I didn't see it. When did you email? And then I have to go search through hundreds of emails, or I need to search by their name so I can find the email. But if they sent me something on Instagram, they sent me a text, and they sent me an email, I'm probably going to see it on at least one or two of the three options. But just if you sent me an email, there's maybe a 50-50 chance that I won't even see it. Or if you only sent a text, I might see it or I might not. But if you did more than one or two or three of the options, there's a great chance that I'm going to see the information. And remember, we're not necessarily trying to sell anything to anybody. Our job is just exposure. The product in the business is going to sell itself. There's 8 billion people in the world, and most of them are struggling with their health and their finances. So in both areas that we focus on, in both areas that we can help, the major majority, well over 90% of the world is struggling in one or both of those areas. Most both. So people have and want, or need and want, exactly what we're offering. All we have to do is get it in front of as many people as we can. But whether you have the center of influence to find two brand partners or not, 100% will and can have success by following the daily plan of action. This is just what you're going to be doing daily for the unforeseeable future until you're literally ready to retire. And then I would still recommend doing it because it's nothing that's going to take any more than a half hour or an hour. Now, let me explain by following these blueprints how the system works. There's 3 simple steps. Number 1, you grab your spot by choosing your flavor, or you can order both. It's up to you. We don't have discounts by ordering, like both of them is going to be $90. If you order a third, anything that gets over 100, you get a 15% discount. Anything that gets over 200, you get a 20% discount. Anything that gets over 300, you get a 25% discount. So there's no discounts on the product until you get over 100, but you can order as many as you want, but we just keep it simple so that there's 2 SKUs, coffee or tropical. If you want 2 coffees and 1 tropical, okay, then you're going to have $135. You're going to get 15% off. However you order it, that's how it works. 1 product will maximize the compensation plan. The reason you order more is either you're going to consume more or you want to build samples. Now, during this pre-launch, it's coming in a bag with a scoop. As soon as the pre-launch is over and we sell through this first order of product, then it will be in stick packs, which will be much easier to sample. And then I would highly recommend anybody building the business to get multiple packs so that you can sample. This is a product that will sell itself with the ingredients that are in it and just handing out samples. Number 2, follow the blueprint exactly. I don't care how successful you've been, that you think that you don't need to do it. Follow the blueprint exactly, and you'll be amazed at how much easier this business is than you ever thought in your life. Network marketing, if everybody would just follow the system, it's the easiest thing in the world. The only thing that makes it difficult is people come in and just don't do anything. They don't have any clue, any idea how this business works. That's not the case here. If you have a distributor that is struggling, I can virtually guarantee you they have not even followed the blueprint. So on that onboarding, all you want to do, get them to follow the blueprint. It's designed to help them get their first 2 business partners. Step number 3, what do? You want to help them do the exact same thing. This is what's going to put your business in profit. And I'll show you how this works here in just a second. But before I do, let me show you different ways that you can get paid. There's actually a 9th way on here, but we have 50% retail. We'll talk about it here in just a second. 50% first order bonus. We have lifestyle bonuses between $50 and $700. We have 2 team pay up to $20,000 per week. We have a 20% match on every single person that you personally introduce. We have 4 generations of generation match, what we're not even going to go into because you don't need to understand any of that. That gives you the ability to literally match thousands, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of people in your organization. We have global bonus pools that you can actually start participating in within your first 48 hours. In addition to that, we have a diamond pool. Anybody that reaches the rank of diamond shares in a pool, profit sharing with all the other diamonds. So many different ways to get paid. We're only going to cover 2 of them on this presentation. The first one, retail. The reason I always cover retail, that's the only way that every single brand partner can get in profit at any given time. And we flat out have the best retail plan in the entire industry. It's 50% instant pay. So it's $45 for a brand partner, $55 for a customer. You get a customer that buys either one of these products, $27.50 is deposited in your e-wallet real time. It doesn't get any easier than that. You go get 2 customers, you're making $55, your cost is $45 plus shipping. You're going to cover your shipping, handling, be in profit with 2 customers. The other thing we discussed, that system that we want to duplicate, I want to get 2 people and I want to help them get 2. On a $45 order, that's a $50 bonus in addition to the rest of my commissions. That's also going to get me in profit. 2 who get 2 is a total team of 6. Now, if everybody bought 2 bags, that's going to be a $100 bonus in addition to the rest of my commissions. Either way, it gets me in profit, and it's truly the only thing that I need to understand about this business. I want to get 2 that qualifies me for unlimited commissions. I want to help them get qualified for unlimited commissions. That puts me in profit. I want to duplicate that. I duplicate that 4 times, and I would be making on a single bag around $5,000 per month, on 2 bags around $10,000 per month. If I duplicate that 6 times on a single bag, I'll be making $40,000 to $50,000 per month. If there was an average of 2 bag order, it'd be $80,000 to $100,000 per month. So what do I mean duplicate that? Let's just use for an example that it takes you 1 week to get your 2, and it takes them 1 week to get their 2. That means it's a 2-week process for me to get my 6 people. If I times that 2 weeks by 4, that would be 8 weeks to get to that 5 to 10,000. If I take that 2 weeks and times it by 12, that'd be about 12 weeks or approximately 3 months, a little less than 3 months to get to 40 to 50,000 on a single bag, 80 to 100,000 on 2 bags. If it took me 2 weeks to get my 2, and it takes them 2 weeks to get their 2, that's a month to build a team of 6, and I duplicate that. Times it by 4, that's 4 months to get to 5 to 10,000, 6 months to get to 40 to 50,000. If it takes me a full month to get my 2, and it takes them a month to get their 2, times that by 4, and it's 8 months to get to 5 to 10,000. Times it by 6, it's 12 months to get to 40 to 50,000 on a single product. If it's taking you more than a month to get your 2, you're not trying. If it's taking you more than a week to get your 2, you probably didn't do the blueprint. The blueprint is designed for you to get your 2 within your first 48 hours. If you get your 2 within your first 48 hours, it's going to qualify you for a global bonus pool. And now all of a sudden, you're profit sharing in the company in your first 48 hours. If it takes them 2 days to get their 2, there's your 6 in 4 days. You times that by 4, that's 16 days to get to 5 to 10,000. You times it by the 6, that's 24 days to get to 40 to 50,000 based on a single product. We've had 5 people make over $1 million their very first year. That's an average of over $83,000 per month. All 5 of them got to over 100,000 a month in less than 6 months. So the things that I'm talking about have already been done. We haven't had somebody do it in 24 days. But is it possible? Of course it is, because we've had a ton of people get 2 in their first 48 hours. If they was able to duplicate that in 24 days, that's the income they're making. What's your best chance of duplicating that? Let me tell you, your absolute best chance in the world of duplicating that is following the blueprint and getting your team to follow the blueprint. And if you do that, I think you will see that network marketing is not difficult. The only reason it's difficult is A, most companies do not have a system. They don't have a blueprint. They don't have an onboarding guide. They don't have a daily plan of action. They don't have the $45 price point with this type of product. They don't have a worldwide infrastructure. They don't manufacture their own products. They don't own their own software. It's a much more difficult conversation to have than what we're talking about here. And even if you do have all that like we do, the people have to follow it. It's not possible for us to enforce it and force people to follow the system. If we could force them in a way that there's no way they're not going to, we would be having people get 2 within 48 hours consistently and duplicating that consistently and having people get to 50 to 100,000 their very first month consistently, because it's all possible. But there is no time frame that you can take that makes any sense at all that should ever take anybody more than 2 or 3 years. Like if we're looking at 3 years, that means that it's taking every single person more than 3 months to get there too. And it's taking them more than 3 months to get there too, et cetera, et cetera. Even if that happened, you're still at well over 100,000 per month in less than 3 years. There is absolutely no reason in the world, unless you're just the type of person that if somebody provides an exact proven system for you, and you sit there and complain and wish that you could travel the world, wish that you could be at the best resorts, wish that you could go to the best restaurants, wish that you could have the nicest cars and the nicest homes and live the lifestyle that everybody wishes that they could do. A lot of people could have the exact system and still wish that they had all of this stuff, but they're not the type of person that's willing to even follow exact directions. Now, let me tell you, this entire blueprint, if you follow it exactly, it's not going to take you any more than 1 or 2 hours per day. This isn't like something that, okay, I'm going to follow this exactly when I got to put 8 or 10 or 15 hours into it. There's nothing that'll take you more than 1 or 2 hours per day to follow the system exactly. So think to yourself, this is the last question before we close. Are you the type of person that if you had an exact system to follow, you would follow it? If so, this is the business you've been waiting for. 1 great year can completely change your life, but in order for that change to happen, you have to have opportunity. And that's what we're providing. We're providing a turnkey business solution to people all over the world to give them the ability to live life on their terms. You decide what you're worth. You decide when you want to work. You decide when you want to go to lunch. You decide when you want to come back from lunch. You decide when you want to go on vacation. You decide what family events you want to attend. In order to make all those decisions, you have to have opportunity, and that's what we're providing. So again, if this makes sense, get back to the person who invited you to the call. Get your position locked in for free. Follow the blueprint, because you can easily get 2 people in 48 hours to come in for the $45 plus shipping. But you can probably get 10 or 15 or 20 to come in for free. And they can do the same, and they can do the same. Now, again, we're only talking about 3 more days before launch. But in those 3 days, even if you get 10 or 15 or 20 people, and they get started on day one, and they get their 2 people in 48 hours of their first week, you don't realize what a difference those numbers make. I've spent a lot of time studying like the power of one. And the power of one, if you signed up one person a month and you duplicated that in 30 months, you have 10 million people. In 36 months, you have 640 million. And in less than 3.5 years, you have the entire world population. That's starting from scratch. That's starting from you. You sign up one, the first month is just one. The next month is 3, then 7. Less than 3.5 years, you have the entire world population. If you started that at 50 people, or you started that at 100 people, now you're looking at less than a year to have millions of people in your downline. I mean, if you're looking at that power of 1, 3, 7, 15, that's 90 days. I have less than 30 people in my organization, 31, 62. You go like 5 or 6 months into this process and you have less than 100 people. You start off from day one with 100 people or so, that's literally eliminating the first 6 months. And that's if you're just signing up one person a month. If you're signing up 2 people in 48 hours, I mean, the potential truly is unlimited. So if you've been looking for something that can truly allow you to live life on your terms, this is it. Simply get back to the person who invited you on the call, get your spot locked in for free, and go to work. I mean, it really is as easy as that. So thank you guys so much. Same time, 8 p.m. on the 8th, we'll be launching and you'll actually be able to order the product that night. So Saturday the 8th, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll have our launch call, and then it's just off to the races. So again, thank you guys. I really appreciate you joining us. We do apologize. We thought we was going to have translation on this call, but it wasn't set up for the translation. On Saturday, we will have translation. But again, we had at the peak over 400 people on this call. Let's get 1,000 people on Saturday. So let's take this thing to the top. The product is fantastic. The compensation plan, the business model, we have everything that you need to literally live life on your terms. So again, thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.